No, you're not seeing things. Yes, you have seen me in this exact outfit before. Why? Well, I recorded one video and immediately released it. And now, on the same day, I'm recording another video as a pre-recorded video that you're going to be seeing at a later date, probably weeks down the road. So no, you're not seeing things. Though anything's possible here. This is Konnee's little corner. You never know what's going to happen when you walk in the door. So come on in. Come set a spell with me. I do hope you brought a beverage for this particular video. I have 24 items to show you. This is another haul by my favorite whatnot shop called SuperBuys. If you have not been watching, I've been doing a lot of reviews of various shops. I've done more than a half dozen shops and have a couple more yet to do on SuperBuys. I want everybody to see that there are alternatives to shopping. There are ways to get huge savings on some of the things that you need for everyday life. And these are quality items, quality products. They're in the United States, but yes, they do ship internationally. So you can still shop at whatnot if you live anywhere outside the United States. I have found out that some of the shops that I visit, they will shop internationally. And of course, based on your location that's in your account, when you go to bid on an item, you'll see what your initial shipping charge is. It can be a little tricky because when you are, let's say, offshore, when you're international, you may want to bid on an item, but you don't know. Excuse me, I'm trying not to sneeze. You don't know if there may be other items or not that you want to bid on to make that shipping worthwhile. So one of the things that I suggest is you watch a shop, maybe more than once. Get a feel for what you're seeing from that shop. Do they have multiple items that you're interested in? With SuperBuys, a lot of the time they have multiples of the same item, and they have a huge diversity, and their shows run from 3 to 4 hours. I have yet to walk away from SuperBuys with anything less than 5 items, and that definitely makes the shipping worth it. I think it would too, depending on where you live. It's going to be a personal preference. That's the only way I can put it. A lot of these shops, SuperBuys does not really have it, but a lot of the shops do have what they call a bin, which is a buy it now, where you can click on the little image in the corner when you get into the shop and you're in the live auction, or even if you're not, you can click on their bin image. It'll show you some of the items they have listed. A lot of these shops also have eBay sites. So feel free to go onto eBay and search by the name of the shop on eBay. That's probably a good way for you guys to be able to get multiple items to make it worth your shipping. Again, it comes down to personal preference. Right now, I'm trying to find things, places and shops that are good for everyone, not just the US sellers that are getting the shaft because of the tariffs, and that it's interfering with the way we used to shop at Temu. We need to find alternatives. Temu is really no longer an alternative, at least not for me, and not unless I have credits. So let's get into this order by SuperBuys. I have my cheat sheets. I don't know if I'm going to get through all 24 items or not. I will try to get at least half of them done. We'll see how long it takes, okay? Some things are self-explanatory. Other things I want to open and show you, so it might take a little bit longer. But the first item I'm going to show you is 100 foot of natural cotton braided rope. This is 3/16 of an inch. Think of this as about like clothesline rope or tie-down rope. This is good if you're If you have a boat and you have fenders that you have to hang off, some people call them bumpers, but their true name is fenders, that hang off the side to cushion the boat against the dock. This is perfect for that. These are perfect for tying up smaller boats to a dock or to, I would not use this as an anchor line because it's cotton, clothesline, anything that you need to secure. For me, I'm going to be using it as a little bit more sturdy way to tie down my sunshade when I go camping. Anything that I might need to tie up, but it's always good to have a pack of rope handy. This 100-foot roll of rope sells for $9.99, and I picked it up for $4. And they had more. They had a lot more. Let's go on to the next sheet. What do we got? Oh, okay. I got another big, huge box down here, by the way, in case you were wondering. This is 400 pieces of kebab skewers. 400 pieces. Can you see all that? These are 6-inch skewers, I believe. Yep, 6-inch skewers. Now, I'm not using these for kebabs. Y'all know what I'm using them for, right? Plant steaks, new sprouts, things that are a little weak, things to help them get a little bit taller. These are perfect for it. Yes, I could get the bigger ones, but you know what? I can't get 400 of these anywhere for the price that I got them. These sell for $14.99, and I got 400 for $4. So you tell me where you can get 100 6-inch skewers for $1. Nowhere. Bamboo skewers, 6 inches, points on the bottom, flat on the top, and Ziploc bag for easy storage. That's always a bonus, right? When you don't have to worry about them going all over the place. All right, the next thing. What's next? Now, yes, I know I've gotten a couple of these and you've seen them in the videos, but this one is completely different. This is a notebook. This is a notebook for me for journaling. This is not for record keeping or bookkeeping or keeping track of videos. This is for journaling because I journaled a little bit in the past, and I did find during times of stress or sadness or whatever the case may be, journaling was a big help. Do any of you out there journal? Just a silly question. Okay, so on the back, it says, "You are my star." But on the front, it's just a starry night. It has the loop for holding your pen, and it has the elastic page keeper. This is 240 pages. Yeah, 240 pages. And the pages are just, they're lined. They have a date on the top, just like any other journal would, and they're just lined pages. There's your information for support. This is an Amazon product, but very, very nicely done. Lots of pages. In the back, it does have this little pocket, and it's expandable. So if there's anything you want to tuck in a pocket, which I like pockets and things like that, because you never know when you might have to tuck a note or a business card or something in there to it. But this particular notebook sells for $8.99, and as you saw, it's new in wrapper. I just took it out. I got it for $4. So I'll start journaling again. It's been a while, but I'll start. What else we got? We might get through all 24 items. As I said, a lot of these things are self-explanatory. This is a roll, 30 yards of what they call gaffer tape, basically duct tape. Gaffer tape, it's a little different on how it sticks, but it still sticks multi-purpose, it's flexible, it's strong, it's got the weaves in it. It's a good brand. Typically, it's just duct tape. And this duct tape sells for 30 yards, sells for $9.99. And I picked it up for $4. I like the black duct tape because I'm actually going to be using this on the porch. I have a fan on the porch to help move the air out there, create a little breeze when I'm sitting outside the porch relaxing. And the wire to plug it in runs underneath the mat that I have. I want to make sure I secure that wire down so it doesn't become a trip factor. So that's what that's for. Among other things, whatever else I might need. It's going to go for a lot of stuff. Okay, let's see what else is on the list. Well, there's nothing on that page. How dare it? We're going to skip right. Oh, okay. I got to dig down. Hold on. Mason jars. 32-ounce quart mason jars. Look at how these are packed in bubble wrap. They come as a set of 2. I got 3 sets or 6 jars. And I got them all in different auctions. Hold on, I got to put this down. Doesn't make any sense to try to get this out. These are all mason jars. They have that nice print on the back with the grapevines and whatnot. They've got the lids. This is a true canning jar because it's got the ring and it's got the rubber seal. This is a canning jar. What are these for, you ask? These are for food storage. That's why I got 6 of them. I got 3 sets of 2. They all came in a set of 2. All these mason jars sell for $15.48 for 2. I paid $4 for one set of 2, and each of the other 2 sets I only paid $3. So for $10, I got more than $45 worth of glass jars. Cereal, rice, instant potatoes, anything that I want to keep dry, because I do have a dehumidifier in the house, but I have find that certain foods still kind of tend to like get clumpy. So that tells me there's humidity in my pantry. I don't leave the pantry door open all the time, which I probably should so the dehumidifier gets in there, but I don't like my food exposed. So 6 of these, and if you've ever had mason jars, you know they stack very, very nicely. They actually take up a lot less space. They have their measurements going down both sides. This side, they have one type of measurement, and on this side, they have the cups. So you know exactly how much is in here. This is also great. Remember, in some of my recipes for fertilizer, it requires you use a quart jar. 32-ounce quart jar. So this was $4 for these 2, so $2 a piece. The other ones were $1.50 a piece because I paid $3 for them. But I've got 6 mason jars. I'm not going to pull all of them out. No point. Well, you know what? I got to get them out of the box eventually. So here's the other 2. So might as well get them out now so I can get rid of the box. And there's the third set of 3. So 6 mason jars. In case you didn't believe me. I have 6 mason jars. Okay. This was my favorite deal of all. I can't believe this. The price of this and how much I got it for. This is a pull-out 2-layered shelf. Now, you saw what I had put into my pantry recently. I put in the nice rack to hold the lids. And then I put in that black wire rack that I got from Temu to hold my silicone in my kitchen cabinet. This is also going in my pantry. And I had mentioned to you that I was going to be putting another shelf in that corner. And I'll put a picture up here so you can see what corner I'm talking about. But this is a pull-out. It comes with a template so that you know exactly where to drill your holes if you have to pre-drill your holes. It comes with the instruction set on it. This particular unit is 9.5 inches across, so almost 10 inches across, 10.8 inches deep, and 9.7 inches tall. Comes in this nice big box. Let me show you the parts. This is very, very, very nicely made. So as you can see, it's a little bit more on the square side. It's just a little bit longer than it is wide. And I want you to see this track. The track has a support bar that goes across it. So it gives it that extra support. And it has that stop space, so it'll only go just so far. So there's one shelf. Whoops, I almost knocked my hat off my dang head. Hold on. This is another shelf. This one is the top shelf. You can see how this goes. So this is the top shelf. So they do slide out independently of each other. Stack them here. These are your supports. Comes with these little rubber pads, little bumpers. These are your supports that you mount your upper shelf to. So of course, you do have to somewhat assemble it before you put it into your cabinet. This one out. This is all metal. None of this is plastic. And it comes with not only all your screws and hardware, but a little tiny Phillips head screwdriver for you to put all your pieces together. So that's your entire 2-shelf unit. This is going to give me extra space by allowing me to stack things in my pantry. Right now, I just have everything kind of crunched in the corner. This will allow me to stack things in the pantry, pull it out as I need it. I am extremely happy with the quality of this. Now, what did that cost me? Guys, you're not going to believe this. That storage slide shelf sells for $30.96. So you might as well say $31. I got it for $3. Temu can kiss my tuchus. I can't get this for $3 on Temu. I can't get this for $3 anywhere. And they have more. This was not the only one they had. But the picture didn't do it justice, obviously. And nothing on the box says that it's metal. So if you see this at SuperBuys, you know it's metal. And you know it's good quality because I've just reviewed it for you. So, you know, a $31 item for $3, it's there, guys. These deals are out there. You just kind of have to go look and find them. It's just crazy. All right, let's get some more out of here. I may be able to get through all these items simply because there's so many duplicates and we're only at barely 15 minutes or 20 minutes rather. ProBio Slim. I know you've all heard of ProBio Slim. This is just a dietary supplement, and part of what it does is that it kind of reduces your cravings, your appetite. I don't really have cravings or an appetite, but when I'm distressed, I tend to want to eat, and I have to really, really, really be careful. I've been struggling a little bit lately. As you know, I am an emotional eater or a boredom eater, or I'm just a foodie. So on my journey, I figured all the help I can get. Each of these ProBio Slims, they sell for $10.99 a piece. I got one of them for $4. I think I got each of them for $4. Let me find the other one. Yes. They sell for $10.99 each, and I got $4 for one and $3 for the other one. So instead of paying $22, I only paid $7. There is 60 capsules in each. promotes digestion, good bacteria, and helps you to lose weight. It's just a dietary supplement. I did check with my doctor. I haven't opened them and start taking them because I wanted to check to make sure that with my thyroid meds and my thyroid condition in general, that it was safe to take these. She said absolutely, that these are better than this. This is technically a name brand, and this is better than over-the-counter stuff that you might buy in the grocery store that you don't know who makes it or what's in it. So this is what I'm going to try. We'll see if it helps. I'm not beyond needing help with my weight loss. Okay, next item. Where'd they go? There they are. Citronella candles. Now, these are not for me. These are for the community because I do use my spray and I don't have a problem with mosquitoes. The only thing that I have a problem with around here that's not covered by my spray or by any type of pest treatment is those little no-see-ums, those little tiny itty bitty flying suckers. Now, they don't bite. They're annoying though, as all get out. Fortunately, a no-see-um has a very short lifespan, but they reproduce more than flies do, right? Their larvae is every place. Their lifespan is only 2 to 6 weeks once they reach adulthood. It takes them about 2 weeks to become an adult. But I figured these will be good to the community around the pool, outside. It's a 9-pack of citronella candles. These are metal tins, so they're basically fireproof. Metal does not burn unless it gets super, super. This is natural soy wax that the citronella is mixed in with. They smell like a citronella candle, but very mild. And they're a single wick, just one wick, with a nice lid on them. So this is a 9-pack. Hopefully this will help the community out around the pool when there are functions. This sells for $16.99, and I got this for $4. $4. I think it's a great deal. I love deals like that because then I can share with my community the things that I find at Whatnot. A lot more so. I was not able to really share anything I got off of Temu. Pretty much was for my own personal use, and it wasn't stuff that went into my community. But as you can see, since I've gotten on Whatnot, I have been able to share a lot with my community, paper products and whatnot. But this is a little bit different. Okay. Adhesive set. 2-piece set. This is the way it comes. I'm not going to open it until I'm ready to use it. All right. This is, as you can see here, this is like the activator. And this is the actual type of glue. This is when you really need something to stay in place, when you need to do a repair and you need something to be like permanently repaired. This is something I wanted to have on hand. It does not really, it does expire August 17th of 2027. I figure if there's anything that I need to repair between now and then, I'll have this. But this was a great deal. This sells for $11.99, and I only paid $3 for it. I do already have a couple of things that I need to kind of put back together. Couple little metal things, couple little wood things. So hopefully this will do the trick, but you can never have too much glue of any kind around in order to fix things or repair things. All right, let me move some of this stuff out of the way here. What do we got next? Rigid. Here we go. Okay. Osium air sanitizer. Have any of you guys ever used this? This is like really, really nice. And they have all different scents. This particular one is Country Fresh. Now, it's odd because they say Country Fresh, but it actually smells like clothes hanging on a hanging out on a clothesline. That's what it smells like. It's got that really fresh linen. with a tint of vanilla to it. Very, very nice. So let me tell you what happened. You saw me get those Glade Airwick plugins that have that lavender scent and whatnot. And I believe in my last video, I told you that I had plugged one in the hallway as you come out of the bedroom, right kind of where the bedroom, the kitchen, the bathroom all kind of meet. Well, within a couple of hours of plugging that in, I began to sneeze violently. And I'm talking sneeze to the point that I could not stop sneezing until I stepped outside of the house. And the minute I stepped down the front porch, within like 15 seconds, the sneezing stopped. I walked back into the house and I started sneezing all over again. I said, oh, great, because I do have allergies to certain perfumes and colognes and whatnot. And obviously, I was allergic to that plug-in. Just to double check to be on the safe side, I unplugged it, right? Took it outside, let it sit onto the porch, left the front door open with the fans on, aired the house out, came back in after about 15 minutes. No more sneezes. Plugged it back in, sat in the living room about 20 feet away from it. Within 5 minutes of it being plugged in, I started sneezing again. I said, that's it. I can't have it in my house. That particular scent, whatever is in there, was making me sneeze like the dickens. My neck hurt, my back hurt, my teeth hurt because I was sneezing so hard. So I'm kind of glad I had ordered this. I said, you know what? I'm going to stick with the room sprays when I need to freshen, or I will stick with the scented candles that I do have that I know do not bother my allergies. But this is a great deal. If you guys have never gotten this, try using it, because this doesn't just mask the odors, it absorbs the odors. This is perfect for like trash cans, kid rooms, laundry baskets, all those things with heavy odors or heavy smells. How often does anybody wash their laundry basket? Well, I wash mine every time I do laundry because my laundry basket has a cloth liner. But the bamboo shell that the liner fits in, you can't really wash. This is perfect for stuff like that. So this sells for $6.48. It's not super expensive. And I picked it up for $3. $3. Okay, next. Now, you're going to find this a little unusual. Well, maybe not for you, but for me. This is a paint by number kit. And I will show you the picture of what it is. This is canvas that you actually paint on. It's not paper. It's canvas. It comes with all the paints, the paint brushes. There's everything you need. And you can see it's all in the earthy tones. It comes with 3 different size paint brushes. And let me get in here and I will show you the picture. And then I'll tell you where I got it. And yet, this is for me. This may be hard to see, but this is what it looks like. I don't know how big the image is. It doesn't really say how big it is and the information I gave, but I'm from looking at it, I'm guessing it's a pretty good size. But that's what the picture is. It's very small, very detailed, a lot of little tiny spaces. I decided that to relax, to change my focus, I need to do something that would pull my focus. Doing my jewelry, making jewelry, doesn't necessarily do that because it's very tedious. It can be very stressful if I'm having difficulty, with certain stones or certain gems or with certain settings. Sometimes it can be fun, but not all the time. So I figured, you know what? I want something different that I can work on when I want to work on it, something that's really going to make me have to focus. So I got myself this paint by number kit. And the canvas is a good size and it's folded quite a bit. So if I had to guess, I'd say this is probably at least an 18-inch canvas, a good size canvas. And this sells for $9.98. And boy, they have a lot of them on Amazon if you haven't looked. $9.98, but I picked it up for $3. And I figured, you know what, for $3, it's worth it to see if I can maybe get lost in doing something different. Just kind of totally redirect my energy and redirect my focus. As one of you said, life is an exercise in distraction. And I still need, very much so, still need those distractions. Let's see what else is in the box. Oh, we got another pricey item. Bathroom rug. Now, bathroom rugs don't last forever. And I didn't really get, the ones I got from Temu, they're already gone. They're outside being used as mats because the quality was not there. They did not hold up. And the minute I washed them, they fell apart. So I definitely do not recommend getting bathroom rugs from Temu of any kind. And the bathroom rugs that I brought with me from Arizona, I have those, but they're getting older. They're getting a little threadbare. So when Germany had this in the show, and they call this a waffle rug. This is, I believe, 2 by 4 feet, but we'll see as I open it up. It might be a bigger one. No, it's 2 by 4. This is a waffle rug, but it's a 2-tone waffle rug. Look at this. This will fill the space in the bathroom very, very nicely. It does have rubber on the backing. This, you can feel the rubber, so it's not non-slip, but on this side, it's nice and soft. It's got a little bit of fringe on the end, which is I'm okay with, but it's a 2 by 4, which means it'll stretch completely in the entryway from the vanity to where the shower area is. So it'll fit that area very, very nicely. This has some weight to it too, guys. This is not light. Right, this has some good weight to it. I love this pattern here. You can see that. So that pattern breaks up the waffle pattern. This is really nice. And yes, they did have more. Everything I'm showing you, you can probably still find on Whatnot, or definitely find on Whatnot. She had more of these, and I don't know why they weren't more popular in selling, but I think a lot of people were a little concerned maybe about the quality. This sells for $35.99. $36 for this rug. And I picked it up on my bid for $8. That's a steal. The $8 rug I got on Temu fell apart after the first washing. This, I have no doubt, this is going to hold up just fine. And this is a mix of polyester, acrylic, and cotton. Okay. This is going to go in the bathroom. The colors are just right. They blend in with everything that I have in there, right? Are you seeing enough of a variety? I'm whittling down the boxes that I have, and I don't have a lot of more orders coming in because I want to get some input from all of you. Are you seeing enough variety of things on Whatnot to understand that there pretty much isn't anything that you can't find there that you used to find on Temu? The difference is on Whatnot, you're not going to find a lot of those cheap little gadgets or those cheap little tchotchkes or trinkets or anything along those lines. Yes, you can find low-cost jewelry. You can find pretty much low-cost everything. Make yourself a list. What are you looking for? And have you done that search on Whatnot so that you can find the shows that have those particular products? But the things I'm showing you are normal, everyday household things that there's more of out there on Whatnot. And I want you to try to understand that there are ways to save and places to shop like this where you don't have to spend a fortune. You don't have to wait weeks for your items. You don't have to go through customs with your items. You don't have to worry about heavy tariffs or extra expenses. And you definitely are not paying full price unless you choose to pay full price. I'll let you know about what I call a hot swipe. I don't know if it's in here or not in this particular box, but I'll let you know about it. All right, let me get on to the next item because we only got about a dozen items left in here, so I think we can fit this all in one video. This is an untangle, unknot, undo hairbrush. My hair, even though I tend to keep it up in a ponytail most of the time, it's very fine, so it tangles very, very easily. Basic brush, but it's got the wider, longer, more open bristles for getting in there and separating those tangles. And it's got some give. Can you see how this gives? I'm hoping this will work. The one I have kind of works, but it only works if I use a conditioner on my hair. I have typically oily hair. I don't like to use conditioners because conditioner actually makes my hair flat. But I like the Pantene conditioner because that's a volumizing conditioner and that fluffs my hair up. But to make sure that I don't have any snarls in it, this is what oh, that's pretty cool. Okay. That didn't pull at all. And it didn't pull any hair out. Okay. We'll see how it works after I take my first shower. So this particular brush sells for $9, actually $9.01, and I picked it up for $3. So if it doesn't work for $3, I will probably one of two things, not sure. I'll either sterilize it, and you know what, guys, the best way to sterilize one of these is to put it in the dishwasher. Your washer gets so hot. Think about it. If it sterilizes your plates and whatnot, and no, I would not put it in the dishwasher with my plates. I would put it in the dishwasher with other odd things. And I, of course, would make sure there's no hair on it before I put it in there. But that's the best way to sterilize it, or just drop it in a pan of boiling water, but not something that's super boiling. This has a heat limit, but boiling water should not hurt it as long as it's only in there for 2-3 minutes. I may sterilize it and donate it, give it away, or I may just toss it. We'll see what happens. But for $3, I thought it was worth trying. My head thought it was worth trying. All right, what do we got next? Oh, you know what? There is one thing that I forgot to tell you about. Let me pull the sheet up. Yep. Remember, I showed you the urn that I had gotten for Levi. And I had gotten that urn from SuperBuys during one of the auctions a couple of weeks before he passed, about 3 weeks before he passed. Well, actually, not even that soon. The auction was on July 15th and he passed on the 21st. So his urn had not arrived on the day he passed. I think it arrived a couple days afterwards. But that beautiful urn that's in that nice, like red mahogany look with that carved on the front with the wolf, that came from SuperBuys. And they did have more of them. They also did have metal urns, but I did not want a metal urn for him. I wanted wood, more natural. That urn sells for $29.99, sells for $30 on Amazon, and I paid $7 for it. $7. So that's something I forgot to tell you. I had promised you that I was going to let you know what I paid for that urn. So there you go. Better late than never, right? Okay. What's next? What did I do? Oh, hold on. I already did that. Forget it. Okay, let's go on to the next one. Oh, yes. Deodorant. 2-pack. Have you ever heard of Hello deodorant? This is kind of like a sports deodorant for when you're really, really active and you want something strong. This is a 2-pack. It is a roll-on deodorant. So that's actually, it sits this way, but when you open it up, it's ready to roll. So this is a roll-on deodorant. Locks in that case nicely. This is the Clean and Fresh, and this is a 48-hour deodorant. It does smell clean and fresh. A 2-pack. A 2-pack of the deodorant. And that 2-pack sells for $9.99, and I picked it up for $3. And yes, they had more. But even where can you go to get deodorant for $9.99 for a 2-pack these days? Have you priced that stuff? It's getting crazy. But a 2-pack for $3, guys, you have to shop the auctions for the things that you need. And they come so quick. Like with me, I knew I had one of my regular Suave coconut left. So in one of my previous videos, recent videos, you saw that I got 2 with a ban from auction. And now I got 2 of these. I'm set, and I paid less than $10 for a year's worth of deodorant. Seriously? What's not to like about these auctions? All right, the next thing that came in a 2-pack, this is a mask. This is a green tomato clarifying clay mask. When I lived in Arizona, I literally was about 5 minutes away from a vocational school where they taught all sorts of things from doing nails to, being a beautician, all that kind of stuff. It was 100% vocational. And you could go in there and you could get a mask and a facial and whatnot for about $25, $30 because they were all students. Now, granted, they were guided by professionals, but they were all students. Well, one of the things that I missed getting was the facial mask because my face always felt so good after getting the mask done. So this is a 2-pack, which was sealed, and now each of these is still sealed. So I'm going to open one. Hopefully get it open. A clay mask is a much deeper clean than just a regular mud mask because the clay mask gets in your pores a little bit better. But these are very, very, holy criminies. How many times do they have this thing sealed? So this is what it looks like. This is your cleanser. It's very easy. You simply squeeze it out and you spread it on either with, I use like a popsicle stick because I have those for when I do waxing, when I wax my legs or whatever. I have those wider little popsicle sticks that I use. So you spread this on where you want it, your entire T-zone, your chin, whatever. You use as much as you need. You don't put it on thick, you just put it on enough to coat it. You let it sit on for a certain period of time. And what it does is it says it helps clean your pores, balance your oil control, which I do have oily face, reduce acne and blackheads, and improve enlarged pores. I have one pore liner on this cheek, which I keep it empty and I keep it clean. But it helps that because it will clean it out. It will pull everything out in the mask. For me, this is the equivalent of doing a mask 4 times. And you don't do a mask all that often, guys. Once every couple of months, you do a facial mask. You don't want to take all the natural oils out of your skin. You just want to take the excessive oils. And again, that's why you space it out a certain period of time. But this 2-pack sells for $17.99, and I got it for $3. This will give me 4 separate masks. So 75 cents a facial mask basically is how it breaks down in cost. Is that not a deal? And yes, they have more. They had more anyway. All right, let's see what else we got. This, you heard me talk about, I had to get this. Y'all remember when I did the video where I took the piece of butcher block that they had cut out from when they did the countertop for my range, and I got the legs from Amazon, and I made a table out of it, right? And then I tongue oiled it to protect it. And I had indicated I will be polying it down the road. Here's my poly kit. And this is a full kit. This comes with several pairs of gloves, which I do have a box, but it's nice that it comes with several pairs of gloves. It comes with your little mixing cups if you need to mix up small amounts. It comes with your 4 measuring droppers. This is a full kit. Your squeeze nozzles for your bottles. Put those in there. Your sticks for spreading or smoothing out. Mini popsicle sticks. Your instructions. Hold on. Customer information of where this comes from, and a little bit about the company, and your bottles of what you mix together. Now, because I'm doing an entire table, I still won't use all of this. This stuff spreads very, very thinly. So I have to do the top and then over the edges, which means I will put plastic down on the floor, put the table, of course, on the top of the plastic, and figure out how much I need, because the table is maybe 4 square feet, 2 by 2. Table is 2 by 3, so 6 square feet. So I will calculate it, and it tells me the information on the back. It tells me about what's your surface, right? What are you putting it on? The curing time, the curing temperatures. In Fahrenheit, it tells me how many times in hours. So this gives me all the information I need, and this is more than enough to do that table out there. And it gives me everything I need to do that table out there. It's just, yeah, this is a great deal. And yes, they had more of these. Let me put everything back in the box. Now, have you figured out yet what something like this costs? Have you ever used epoxy to seal anything, to figure out how much this costs? This particular item sells for $16.99, but it can go, this is the 32 fluid ounce one. It can go as high as $38 for this particular kit. But I took the lowest price that I could find it on, that it's available right now at Amazon, because this came from Amazon, so that's $16.99. And I got it for $3. So I get to seal my table, protect my beautiful butcher block table on the front porch, never have to worry about anything hurting it again for $3. And yes, I'll do a video for you as I'm putting it on. I will do a how-to video. Oops, I forgot to put the gloves back in the box. That's the important thing. You never want to work with epoxy without gloves. Ever, 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 ever. That stuff is pretty rough on the hands, and it's pretty rough to get off if it sticks to you. You've got to make sure you set up your environment properly when you're working with epoxy. Okay, so that's the epoxy kit. Let's see what else we got. We don't have too much left in this box. I did the mason jars for you already. Let's see what else we got in here. Oh, yeah. All right. Throw blanket. Yes, I did just get those 2 really fuzzy throw blankets. You can see the navy blue one behind me. It's so dark, it almost looks black, but it's navy blue, and I think it goes just fine with the burnt orange curtains and all the other colors in the room. But I got this for my other chair, my clam chair, my teal clam chair. Let me see if I can get this open without cutting into it. And they did have a lot of these. They have quite a few of these, actually. This is a super, super soft throw blanket. Did they give me the size on here? 6 feet. That's all it says. 6 feet. Okay, we'll find out. Let's open it. Oh, gosh, this is soft. This is soft. So it's clearly 6 feet across, and I would say it's 4 by 6 because it is folded in half. I would say it's 4 by 6, but it's got this nice honeycomb pattern on it. And this is a lighter weight throw. This is what you would use, what would you call it? Like a shawl? All right. If you just want a little light something on a cool summer evening, something like that, this is not a heavy, heavy throw like the one on the back of the couch or the other gray Sherpa one that I put in the bedroom. This is very lightweight. And you can tell because you can almost see the light through it. But I like the honeycomb pattern on it. This is like a mustard color, like a light mustard. It's not really golden or yellow. It's more like a mustard color. Let's see what it's made out of. Oh, it's got a nice satin tag on it here. Wash before use, machine washable, tumble dry, all right, which is a bonus. It's 100% acrylic. It's not even polyester. It's 100% acrylic. Very, very nice. This particular blanket sells for $19.99, and I got it for $4. So this will go beautiful on my dark teal clam chair. Can't see me through the blanket, can you? I like this. It's got a little bit of fringe on the end of it. Very cool. Very, very nice blanket. And this is super soft, guys, by the way. This is really, really soft. Look, can you see the fuzzies? Can you see the reflection of the fuzzies? When you can see fuzzies like that, that gives you an indication of just how soft this is. So I'm very, very pleased with that. I can't believe that. All right. Now, you all heard me talk about I'm going to be doing fencing out back. Get everything prepared for my next 4-legger. I have to call 811, which is call before you dig, because I want them to confirm where the water line is. I know there's a water line that runs down the side street. My house is on a corner, the side of the house and towards the back. I know there's a water line that runs there. And I just, before I start digging any post holes, I want to make sure that that water line is marked. So once they mark it, I can mark it with where the holes need to be dug. Industrial marking paint. And this paint is specifically for holding upside down and marking spaces on the ground. You've probably seen this at construction sites or in your neighborhood. You've seen like little green X's or green plus signs or something, or maybe you've already used it yourself. But this is for inverted marking. When you need to hold the can upside down and make a mark. All right, you can put it on concrete, pavement, grass, gravel, whatever. And out back right now, I have a combination of gravel and grass. I will be raking up the gravel, but so I got this in preparation. Paint, as you know, typically does not go bad. Yeah, there's no expiration date on this whatsoever because this is sealed and you can tell it's Rust-Oleum, guys. This is a really, really good brand. This sells for $14.99. I did price it at my local box stores and it's like $19.99. So Amazon's for $14.99 and I picked it up for $4. So for something you dispose of, you use and you throw away, this I can use for a lot of things. When it comes time for me to put more garden beds in, I can mark out the area. Whenever I'm doing in the back, planting things, moving things around, I can mark out the area. What I've been doing is like putting a couple of rocks in a mark or something for now. This will come in very, very handy. So for $4, and yes, they had more. So you can get yourself some more of that as well. Let's see what is left down in here. Why am I missing stuff? I got more stuff down here in the box than I know what to do with. Hold on. Something's awry here. Did I miss something? Oh, I did. All right. Hold on. I'll get to it. Oh, that sneeze has been waiting forever. All right. This made me laugh. When I found out what this was, it made me laugh. So I'm hoping that it will make you laugh as well. When Germany opened this up and showed this to me, I said, you know what? That's perfect size bin to put up on the shelf over the washer and draw over my laundry unit, so I can put, linens, towels, whatever I need to put in it. And it's kind of attractive. It does fold up, which I thought, okay, that's a little weird for a bin, but it is a good size. It's rectangular. It's got a nice waterproof liner in it. You know why? Because this is a collapsible, foldable cat litter box. If you travel with your cats or you don't have a lot of space for your cat, this is a waterproof liner where you could put like the plastic liners for your cat box in there and pour your litter in it, and you've got a litter box. But I'm not using it as a litter box, but it made me laugh. I said, box. That just shows you where my brain didn't even think of that, because even though I had cats, I never traveled with my cats. My cats were always fine being left home alone. They were very independent. But if you're moving, you're traveling, you got to go cross country with your cat or whatever, there's your portable litter box. It closes up nice and easy. You tuck everything back down in. You just push it closed. Snap it around. That's it. So of course I got a good chuckle when I found out what it was, because I was searching for it. It wasn't in a wrapper. It didn't have any kind of a tag or anything on it. So I just took the picture and went on Amazon, and all I did was type in next to the picture, I typed in the word collapsible, and it immediately showed me what this was. The full picture with the cat sitting in it and everything else. So this sells for $12.99. I picked it up for $4. No, it's not going to have any cats using it. It's going to be used for household items, not for cat stuff. All right, we're done with that. Enough of that. Enough of that. All right. Two more things left in here. Well, three, but two of them are the same, and we're almost at exactly an hour. I got these Dove bars, coconut cream, and hints of lychee. That smells so good. I love the smell of coconut, guys. So I do have to tell you that I love it. And I'm going to open this up. These are square bars. There's the actual bar. Smells so good. So there's your bar of soap with your trademark little Dove imprint in it. I got the two of these. She sold them to me in a 2-pack. And yes, they always have more of these, and all different scents. She had lavender, and she had these, and she had, oh gosh, I can't even think of what some of the other scents were. I think there was one that was like a strawberry scent, but I like that coconut scent. So when she came up with these two, I said, I have to have these. This 2-pack sells for $7.50, and I got them for $4. Great deal, right? Great deal. All right, last item in the box. A new garden hose. The one I had gotten from Temu, which was similar to this, did not last at all. It didn't even last a month. And it started springing leaks all over the place. The quality was just absolutely terrible. I had paid, I think it was something like $12 or $14 for it at Temu. It was just absolutely ridiculous. No, I paid more than that. I think I paid $24 for it because it was a 50-foot hose. This is a 50-foot hose. This is the expanding hose. Comes in a nice little bag. Now, yes, I'll have two garden hoses outside because I have the one heavy duty hose that will run up the driveway, well, against the house, but up towards the front of the house for me to water the flowers and everything else that's at the front of the house and that front part of the lawn that I'm still seeding. It will go a long way. And then on the splitter, I will have this hose to go back. And when I'm not using my rain barrel, I will use this to water the back. Comes with extra washers. It comes with your sprayer. And this is the sprayer that you can lock in position. You simply put that little lever down in there and it holds it back, or you don't have to use it if you don't want to. It has all these different settings on it. And this one has a lot. Soaker, jet, hone, shower, flat, full, center, 1/2 vertical, mist, and angle. So it has an awful lot of options all the way around it. Nice rubber grip. I like that grip. Very, very nice rubber grip. Very solid. Brass fittings on both ends, 3/4 inch, and it has an on-off, shut-off valve where now the valve is open, but when you close it, that little ball goes into place and it blocks off the water. Very, very nice. Nicely made, good quality. Nothing like the one at Temu. This is heavy. This expands. Right now it's only at about 15 feet, but it expands to 50 feet. But this is much thicker and better quality. I can feel the hose on the inside is much thicker. The one with Temu I could literally flatten. This one I cannot flatten. That's as far as I can go with it. And I have strong hands. I like the bag. I probably won't use the bag for the hose. I'll probably use it for something else I want to store in there. But this sells for $32.99. And I did pay $11 for it. They did have two others, but there was a lot of people coming after it. And this was a speed swipe. So let me tell you what a speed swipe is. I warned you about this at, I believe, JaysJewels or CrystalClear. You have to watch for speed swipes, but sometimes it can't be avoided. So a speed swipe is basically you see an item, and when I swiped to bid on this, the current bid was only showing as $6 because I watched the bid go up and I watched the timer. So there was like 2 seconds left. I figured, okay, I'll swipe and maybe I'll get it for $7. Well, I wasn't the only one that had that idea, and a whole bunch of bids came in before my swipe. So by the time my swipe registered, it was at $11. But you cannot undo your bid. You cannot cancel your bid. You have to be aware that there can be speed swipes that happen and that all of a sudden your item will jump up in price. And that's what's happened with this. But you know what? $11 for a 50-foot retractable hose that's brand new. I'm okay with, considering it sells for $32.99 or $33. So I got it for literally a third the cost, $11 worth versus $33. I can't complain. But speed swipes are something you do need to be mindful of. One of the things that I typically will do, I'll try to be the first one to bid on an item if I can. I'll get that initial swipe in right away. And I'll see how many people jump on it after I do that initial bid. I will wait till like 1 second, the very last 1 second, If somebody else has bid, I want the item, I think I can get it for like the next dollar up. If I really want it and there aren't any more of them, I'll consider doing the swipe. But you have to watch the speed swipes. Try to get in early on your bid because that's an indication of how many people might want it. So that's all 24 items from this order. This was actually several orders. This was not just one order. Let me pull these sheets out. Part of this order was from a show dated on July 15th, which I received the items on July 20th. So they've been sitting here for a while. I had just divided things up to general household. I'd split up some of the orders. Another part of this order is from July 16th, which also came in at the same time on the 20th. And another part of this order was back from July 11th, which I received on the 17th. And the last part of the order was from a show on July 17th, and I received it on the 22nd. So, how am I rating SuperBuys? Gee, let me think. Well, you just said it. Why do I have to say it? Yes, 5 stars, of course. And for those of you who don't know how I rate things, 1 star goes to shipping speed and how everything is packed. Obviously, they get a full star for that. A full star for communication. Do they communicate with you via the chat? Do they communicate with you via email when you have questions? You know, do they interact with you, so to speak? So they get a full star for the communication, the price of the item and the price of the shipping. The price of these items, good Lord, holy moly, or holy free holy, or whatever you say, holy cow. All right. The prices go without saying, guys. $3 and $4 on average for most of the items. So, and the price of the shipping, that initial $9.71, you spread that out over the portion of these orders. I paid pennies for shipping. So, considering how low I got the item for, shipping is not even a factor. Right? That's the thing, because I have to look at what is the total combined cost, item bid, taxes, and shipping. And yeah, these are miraculous savings that I got on everything. So that's the 3rd star, but half a star for the price of the shipping, half a star for the price of the item. They get half a star each for variety and presentation. Variety goes without saying. All these boxes, all these orders I've showed you to date, the variety is unmatched. I haven't seen this kind of variety coming in from any of the other shops that I watch, and how they present them. Both Brie and Germany are exceptional in the way they show you the items. If you want a box opened, all you have to do in the chat is type open, and they will open it before they run it so you can actually see what's in it. They'll answer as many questions. You got to type fast because they don't waste a lot of time. They move through. In the 4-hour average, 3.5 to 4.5 hours that Germany does her shows, she easily goes through 200, if not 300 items. So keep that in mind. I tend to look at the shelf behind her. You know, I'll say, what's that box back there? Or what's that purple thing over there? Or what's that roll on the top shelf? As does everybody. Almost everybody in the chat does the exact same thing. So we're getting the variety, and the ladies make sure that we get the presentation that we want so that we can do our biddings. And the last full star is for the seller attitude. How are they? Are they personable? Are they fun to watch? Are you relaxed and comfortable? Do you feel good about being in this auction? Are you enjoying watching this? Because that's the fun of the auction. Anybody can sit at Temu and scroll through and say, oh, yeah, I want that, I want that, I want that, I want that. But to actually sit and interact with a live human being and laugh and have fun, and they know you by name and they know what's going on with you. It's personable. It's such a great shopping experience. And again, for those of you that don't know, refunds are easy peasy at Whatnot. If you get an item, if it's broken, if the parts are missing, If it's clearly not what you were told that it was or what you were shown, if you got something different, or like you've seen with me, I had ordered a charger. I was told it was compatible with my phone, only to open it and find out that it was not compatible with my phone. I've never had to send anything back. If they don't want anything back, right, you get an instant refund back to your payment source. You get to keep the item and do whatever you wish you want, whatever you want to do with the item. No problems whatsoever. In one case, I had a missing item from a box with SuperBuys, and I sent them an email, said, hey, is this floating around someplace? Can you look to see this was the number, this was the auction date? And they're like, nope, but we got another one. We'll ship it right out to you, which they did. So that's in a box to come. You'll get to see that item. Customer service, top notch. No problems whatsoever. And of course, I do have my favorite shows, but all the shows that I have visited, you'll find in the description box, as well as my link. If you have not yet set up an account with Whatnot, click on my link or copy and paste my link. All right, put it into your browser, sign up. That'll let them know that you found Whatnot through me. All right, that gets you a discount. That gets me a credit so that I can use for some shopping. But guess what? Once you set up an account, you'll get your own link. You don't have to be a shop. You don't have to be a seller on Whatnot. You'll get your own link, and then you can do the same for your friends and family. If they haven't already signed up and you want to refer somebody, say, hey, use my link, check it out. All right. They'll get a credit. You'll get a credit. It works out for everybody. So as a family, we're all helping each other when it comes to Whatnot, and we're helping each other save more dollars. It don't get much better than that, right? Okay. Big thumbs up. Share this out into the universe. Let everybody know about it. Okay. If you're not already subscribed to my channel, please consider doing so. I am so close to 4,000 subscribers, I can taste it. Subscribing is the same as saying that you're going to follow a channel. It has no obligation. You are not financially obligated in any way, shape, or form. You're not even obligated to watch it. It just lets YouTube know that you've watched this channel, you enjoy this channel, and you want to know when more videos are coming from any channel that you like to watch. I'm subscribed to probably 30 different channels out there, and I watch as many as I can, and I throw my support behind as many as I can. So let's do that for each other as well. Hit that subscribe button, and it won't hurt your finger. I promise. When you push that on your phone to subscribe, or you use your mouse, no mouse will be harmed in the clicking of subscribe. Sorry. Guys, it's been a long day. Stay hydrated. Above all else, please stay sweet. And I will catch you soon with either some of the 6 outstanding team orders I have or more Whatnot shop information. Either way, I'll be back. Bye.